All right. Good day, guys. How are you all doing? We're talking about cubic equation, and I'll be explaining three methods to shuffle out cubic equation. Which the first method is the division method, the second one is the shortcut, and the third one is the factorization, which we also call the trig them. Now, there's something you guys have to know that you are getting. It is a 3-degree equation where you have to get three answers for x or any other alphabet inserted into it as a question, but people do make simple mistake and I feel like this thing is now hard. The process is that most of you are familiar just inserting -1 and 1. Also again, you make sure you have to try -2 and 2 in case of necessity, and a process whereby this does not give you what? 0. Are you with me? And what do I mean? I meant whenever we insert any of these values into the equation you have been given and it gives us 0, then this one of these is the true root of that particular equation. Then you know what, we shuffle it back to quadratic equation and find the leftovers. So, and let's see guys, let's look at the first question here. It says, so we are finding x for, you have x cubic minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6 equals to 0. So if I were you, we have to make some one or two tests, right? That which of these could turn this equation to 0. And of course, I made my findings, and using 1 here, this is 1 already. 1, this is 11. 11 plus 1, you have 12. Minus 6, minus 6, minus 12. Of course, x is equals to 1 is one of it. Or we say x minus 1 is a factor. When 1 crosses here, it becomes x minus 1. So x minus 1 is a factor for this question. And now let us apply the division method first and foremost. And this is how the division method works. The common factor, you put it outside here, x minus 1. Are you with me? And you put your x cubic minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6 equals to 0. You put that out also. Then you use the first value here to divide only the first value also outside here. X cubic divided by x, you have x squared. Then you use this quotient here to multiply everything outside here. X squared times x, you have x cubic. Then x squared times, you have minus what? X squared. Then what is our next step? You subtract. This gives us nothing, so that's out of the game. Minus times plus, you have minus times minus, you have plus. Then minus 6x squared plus x squared, you have minus 5x squared. Then this comes down. Yeah, that's the rule. Plus 11x. Are you with me? You repeat the same step again. Minus 5x squared divided by x, you have minus 5x. This times everything, you have minus 5x squared. Are you with me? Then plus 5x. What do we do again? We subtract. Yes, of course, we subtract. And when we subtract again, this becomes minus, then plus 11x minus 5x, you have what? Your 6x. And of course, the last one drops down. Minus 6. The same method again. 6x divided by x, you have plus 6. And of course, multiply everything. You have 6x minus 6. So therefore, this is 0 and this is 0. Now guys, as you all can see, now at times, whenever the remainder gives you 0, it is no more a remainder theorem. They call it a factor theorem. Okay? But nevertheless, what we need is our quotient. And this is, one of the root is x minus 1. So let us what? Let us use factorization method to deal with this idiot here. And from your x squared minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. We know what is our root for quadratic equation. A number that when you multiply it, as we all know, it will give us what, guys? Well, that is, the first step is you multiply this 6, this constant number, with the coefficient of x squared. That is 6 times 1, you have 6. Then you look for two numbers, two values, either integer self, positive or negative. Now when you multiply them, it gives us positive 6. But when you add or subtract it, it gives us what? Negative 5. And that is what? 2 and 3. Of course, negative 2 and negative 3. So you have x squared minus what? 3x minus 2x plus 6 equals to 0. So after noting that, throw them into here back by expanding the steps of what? Of the middle value there. And of course, what? We factorize. And we have x times x squared minus 3 and minus 2. So therefore, our answer is what? X minus 1, x minus 2, and x minus 3. Why, if you have been asked that what is the solution? The solution is easy. X will be equals to what? 1. X will be equals to what? 2. And X will be equals to what, guys? Of course, 3. And that is how we can apply our division method easier. X minus 1, X minus 2, X minus 3. Now, what if... Now, why I actually said you can use all these three methods is simply because at times in your examination, some lecturer might tell you that do not use this particular method, use this method. Are you with me? So you have to, or else you won't get the required mark you deserve. So let's talk about so this is the division method. They call this the division method. And now let's talk about the idiot. That's the shortcut. Now this is the shortcut, guys. After you've gotten the same way we've gotten this common factor, the common value, as you all can see, then what do? Just rule a line like this. Rule a line like this. Then that's fact, the real root we got. Just put it here as 1. Are you with me? Then write the quotient of everything here. Put them here. Then you have quotient of x cubic is what? 1. What about x squared? Minus 6. X 11 or plus 11, the same thing. And you put your minus 6. Now, guys, the same way again. The 1 here, drop it down as 1. Are you with me, guys? Then now use 1 multiplying 1. After you multiply it, whatever you get, put it here. Ignore this side. Whatever you get, put it here. Then add up. Multiply the second value. Whatever you get, put it here. Then what? Add up. 1 times 1, you have 1. Minus 6 plus 1, you have minus 5. Right? Then 1 times minus 5, you have minus 5. 11 minus 5, you have what? Your 6. 1 times 6, you have your what? 6. And of course, this gives us what? 0. Now, guys, you see this is now a trinomial expression, that is a quadratic equation, where your x squared takes the value of 1, that is 1x squared or ordinary x squared. Your x is minus 5, minus 5x, and your 6 is a constant number, equals to 0. And as you can see, the same thing as what you got in division method. So in a nutshell, when you factorize this, you still get what? X minus 1, x minus 2, and x minus 3. So this trick has been helpful a lot. Quickly do some 1 or 2 things and get your answer instantly. So minus 5x, then the rest. So this is the shortcut method. Now let's talk about the factorization method. How does that work? So guys, on the discipline of the factorization method, it's very easy. So easy that you have to look for integers, right? That when 6 divide it gives us no remainder. So why I don't really buy this factorization method, a lot of times that a process whereby you have a cumbersome values, like something greater, you won't be able to use it much more. Because start looking factors, it will be a little bit hard. So that is why I said there are different methods to use. And if you have to look for values, that's integer, not ordinary numbers. Integers that 6, when 6 divides them, they give you no remainder. You have plus or minus 1, right? Minus 6 divided by minus 1, any of the two, it gives you no remainder. You have plus or minus 2. Are you with me? You have plus or minus 3, and you have plus or minus 6 itself. Are you with me, guys? Then out of all these values, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 8 values here. That's plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2. Like that, 8 values. So you are now to look for just 3 values out of all these 8 values. That when you multiply those 3 values together, it will give us this constant number, minus 6. And when you add, or anything you do under those 3 values, just as adding all of them up together, it must give us minus 6. That's the quotient of what? Of x squared. So let's look for that 3 numbers. And what is that 3 number? If I could guess correctly, I could say minus 1, minus 2, right? Minus 1, minus 2, and what? Minus 3. Minus times minus plus, 1 times 2, 2. Plus times minus, you have minus, and what? 2 times 3, you have 6. Minus 6. Confirmed, affirmed for this. And minus 1, minus 2, you have minus 3. And minus 3, minus 3, you have what? Minus 6. Correct for that also. So therefore, just attach your x to the front. The same way, this would give us x minus 1, x minus 2, and x minus 3. So this actually saves us the way of using, quadratic equation back again. But if the values are larger, you'll have a little bit issue. So guys, this is the first example applying the theory methods. Are you with me? So let's get to the next slide and take, another examples again, guys.